It was the last part of the night. Everyone in the house was fast asleep. I'd been waiting for that very moment for a long time. Finally, I got up quickly, wrapped myself in a sheet, and with fast steps walked toward the outer door of the house. My resolve did not shake even a little while taking this step, because I knew that no place in this world could be worse than the torment I suffered in this house. Lost in these thoughts, I carefully stepped toward the door. Suddenly, my foot hit a water pot and it shattered with a loud sound. My entire world trembled inside me. I knew everyone in the house must have woken up now. I quickly opened the door and ran blindly. The sound of the door opening echoed through the silent night, and I realized that I might have made a huge mistake. But I was no longer someone who would turn back. I kept running through the dark streets, not knowing where I was going. Suddenly, I heard footsteps behind me. When I turned around in fear, many men holding lanterns were walking toward me. Seeing them, I shivered, but I could not stop. I began running again. In the deep darkness, I feared crashing into a wall, but today, I was ready to accept every wound. Remembering all the cruelty done to me, my eyes filled with tears again and again. I didn't even realize I was running toward the canal near our neighborhood. I had reached the edge of the canal. The men were still behind me, staring at me like predators. If I turned back, death was certain. They were coming toward me. I made a decision in my heart. I would not go back. My heartbeat grew faster as I looked at the water. Before they could reach me, I recited the kalma and jumped into the canal. I didn't know how to swim, so I knew my life would end. In the cold winter night, the water felt like ice. It felt like my entire body had frozen. I couldn't breathe. I felt my soul leaving my body. I don't know how many days passed. Suddenly, I felt life returning inside me. I couldn't understand. Was it my soul or my body? My eyes felt heavy. When I opened them, I realized I was alive. But what I saw in front of me made my soul tremble. I sat up in shock. Around me were several dark-skinned men with strange yellowish eyes. They were talking among themselves in a language I didn't understand. They looked at me and laughed, exchanging strange glances. Maybe they had rescued me from the canal. I gathered myself in fear. After a while, they left laughing. The place looked like an old hut. I wanted to leave, but my body had no strength. Tears flowed from my helplessness. Just then, a woman entered. Her appearance was just like those men: dark skin, torn clothes, messy, oily braid, and a foul smell. She put food in front of me. I was starving for ages, so I ate desperately. After eating, I regained some strength. She handed me filthy clothes and ordered me to wear them. When I refused, she slapped me brutally, pulled my hair, and shouted, "You have no choice. Wear this and do as I say." Terrified and hurting, I closed my eyes and stopped resisting. I realized it was better to obey. I wore the clothes. She smeared black soot on my face until my fair complexion disappeared. They put large beads and necklaces on me. Then they took me outside and put me in a covered vehicle. Evening was near. They placed me near a pole in a small square and put a bowl in my hand. All the veils in my mind disappeared. I understood everything. They were beggars, and they wanted me to beg too. I looked around in fear. Their gang members were everywhere. I had no chance to escape. People passed by, some gave 10 rupees, some 20. Even vulgar boys came and made disgusting gestures. I sat there motionless like a dead body. Around 9 p.m., the same vehicle returned. They took me back to the hut. After some time, the woman returned with an orange-colored, beautiful dress. She told me to wear it. I wore it out of fear. Then a man entered the room. I never imagined I would be disgraced like this. I realized I had made a terrible mistake running away from home. My past, which I had ruined myself, flooded my mind. A few years earlier, my life was different. I had 4 siblings. We lived happily with our mother and father. Slowly, all my brothers got married. Their wives always fought with my mother and left within months. My brothers moved out with them. I was 12 when my father passed away. My mother became sick, and I had to go out for groceries. I was very fair and beautiful, so my mother never wanted me to go outside. But now I had to. Boys in the neighborhood stared at me and teased me. Aunt Amira, my mother's close friend, often helped us. Her son Asif used to scold those boys and protect me. I liked that about him. She told me to stay home, and she would send groceries through Asif. People in the neighborhood started gossiping. Slowly, I began liking Asif too. One day, my four brothers came home with bloodshot eyes, full of anger. Asif happened to be coming with groceries at the same time. Seeing my brothers' rage, the bag fell from my hands. Without asking anything, they attacked me like wild animals, beating me, insulting me. I cried and resisted, but they didn't care. Then Aunt Amira rushed in and shouted at them, "Shame on you! Where was your honor when you abandoned your mother and sister? If you're so worried about her honor, then marry her off." Her words silenced them. The next day, they announced my nikah in the evening. I didn't know whom I was being married to. My sisters-in-law dressed me up. After the nikah, they sent me away. The groom wore a sara, so I couldn't see him. The car took me to a mansion, huge and luxurious. They treated me like a princess. When the groom entered and removed the sara, I froze in horror. He was a 50-year-old bald man with yellow teeth and foul breath. I screamed. Before he could come near me, I ran out of the room and hid in another where his mother was sleeping. She was kind and protected me. She convinced her son to give me time. He agreed and never forced me. He treated me with respect, brought me gifts, and showed me love. But I never accepted him. His smell repulsed me. I despised him. One night, I overheard him telling his mother, "I gave her brothers so much land just to marry her, but she always runs away from me." His mother replied that I should start sleeping in my husband's room. Hearing this, I panicked. I decided to escape. At night, when everyone slept, I slipped out of the mansion. The servants heard a pot break. Scared and confused, I ran and jumped into the river. That is how I ended up with the beggar gang. Now every night, those men used me. Every day I begged in the streets. My life became hell. One day, sitting at a shrine crying, an old woman in a white sheet approached me. Her face was glowing. She smiled and said, "Child, go to the Pir Sahib, saint. He will pray for you." I went inside with lowered eyes. But when I looked up, I froze. The Pir Sahib was my husband. I ran to him, fell at his feet crying, "Forgive me, I made a big mistake. I am filth, you are pure." The men around thought I was acting and yelled at me to leave. But my husband held the man's hand and said, "She is my wife. Life separated us, but she belongs to me." He ordered them to respect me. Everyone stepped back.